Yo, what is going on, guys? Flashverse here, and welcome back to another video on The Flash movie, The Flash TV show. Both of them pretty much mostly to do with The Flash movie, but we do have something involved with The Flash TV show as well. But yeah, we had a very cool tease of the new Flash costume by Andy Muschietti, who is obviously the director for the Flash movie. But also we do have some news coming from the Illuminati about an exclusive of the Flash film having a cameo with Grant Gustin's Flash, so that being CW's version of the Flash. So yeah, I'll be breaking down the new suit, and I'll be breaking down this news about the two Flashes crossing over, and I'll be giving you guys my overall thoughts in regards to both of the topics. But before I go over anything, however, you guys don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel so you are aware of more videos about the Flash movie coming your way. So yeah, just a while ago, the Flash movie has finally started filming. After years and years of delays and cancellations about this film, we are finally getting a Flash movie with obviously Ezra Miller reprising his role as Barry Allen, who is the Scarlet Speedster, the Flash. And this movie will essentially have the concept of Flashpoint, where Barry Allen goes back in time and stops the Reverse Flash from killing his mother, but in doing so he creates an alternate timeline which now everybody lives in. And throughout this journey of Flashpoint, Barry notices how badly he screws up, but then he tries to fix the timeline, and he does, but he finds out that things weren't as they used to be. So that is the consequences to time travel in the DC universe. If you alter with time, it could change the course of history forever, and there's nothing you can really do to fully repair it and bring it back to how it was. Now, the difference with Flashpoint compared to the one we will see on the film is that it doesn't just affect one timeline, but affects the whole entire multiverse, which is just pretty sick. And during this film, we will be having a couple of interesting characters appearing. First things first, we will obviously be having the main one, so Ron Livingston, who will be playing Henry Allen, Maribel Verdú, who will be playing Nora Allen, Ben Affleck, who will be reprising his role as the main DCEU Bruce Wayne, aka Batman. We then have Kiersey Clemons, who is reprising her role as Iris West. And then we have Michael Keaton, who will be reprising his role as another multiverse version of Batman. And also Sasha Calle, who will be playing Kara Zor-El, aka Supergirl. Now, whether it's Henry Cavill's version of Supergirl or another multiverse version of Supergirl, I don't know about that. I guess we will find out during the film. Now, during DC Fandom, way back in August I think it was, we did obviously get our very first concept art of Ezra Miller's new Flash suit, which looks freaking awesome from the concept art, and I cannot wait to see it in action. And there was also a saying going around that one of the Batmans will be building this costume for Barry. I can't remember if it was Ben Affleck's Batman who will be doing it or Michael Keaton's Batman. It was something going on around that, saying that Batman would be making the suit for Barry. I cannot remember if that was true or false. But yeah, on Instagram, we have had Andy Muschietti, obviously the director doing the Flash film, posting this picture of the Flash suit, just like this section of the Flash suit. And this is our very first look of Ezra Miller's new Flash costume properly, not through concept art, but this will be the actual suit. And so far from what we are seeing, it looks freaking awesome. All we have seen so far is just an emblem and like the red detailing, but it just looks so cool. I really like the metallic design they went for the emblem. The gold just makes the logo really stand out, but the detailing on the suit, like the red areas, it's just crazy. Now, we do see those linings joining together, touching the emblem, and if we have a look at the concept art for the costume, I'm guessing this is where like the lightning would travel around as Barry is using his powers and as he is running. And from this concept, as you guys would see, his lightning color is no longer blue like we saw in the Snyderverse or like Zack Snyder's Justice League or Suicide Squad. His lightning was blue over there, but for the film it looks like it will be orange like that of the typical Flash lightning color. Now, will the new suit have anything to do with the change in Barry's lightning color? I'm not sure about that. Will Andy Muschietti just retcon the idea of having blue lightning and he just adds an orange lightning? I don't know about that, but so far the level of detailing of this suit is very cool, and I cannot wait to see the full suit because so far I'm digging how it looks. Now if we have a look at the Flash movie title card, we do kind of have like a taster in regards to how the suit will function as Barry is running or just using his power. So this is how the special effects will play in as Barry is running. But yeah, going on to the next piece of information, as I said, the Illuminati has supposedly received an exclusive talking about Grant Gustin's Flash appearing during this Flash film. And I would say take it with a grain of salt because I don't know how reliable the Illuminati are. I've never heard of them before. But when you think about it, it does make sense that Grant Gustin would be making a cameo for this film. Firstly, we have had Ezra Miller's Flash crossing over with the Arrowverse version of the Flash during the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover event, which was very shocking for everybody. Everyone was shocked when we saw Ezra Miller in the Arrowverse. But yeah, due to the concept of the multiverse, we had these two versions of the Flash crossing over and meeting one another for the very first time, and it was a very crucial moment, especially for Ezra Miller's version of the Flash, because it was confirmed by, I think Jim Lee it was, I cannot remember, but they did confirm it during DC Fandom, that it was indeed Ezra Miller's Flash taking up the alias from the Flash due to Grant Gustin's version of the Flash, due to that interaction they had in the Arrowverse that inspired Ezra Miller's Flash to take up the alias known as the Flash. So here's a clip just in case for those who don't watch the Arrowverse.
The Flash? The Flash? The Flash?
And during the time after this crossover aired and we reached the mid-season break of The Flash Season 6, we did have Eric Wallace talking about this moment of Ezra Miller and Grant Gustin meeting each other and these two Flashes meeting each other, and Eric Wallace was asked would he let Grant Gustin do a cameo for the Flash film, and he said that he would make sure that it happens if Grant was ever asked to do a cameo for the film, which shows that the showrunner even wanted this to happen. Not just that, but the Flash TV show has literally wrapped up filming for the season. They have finished filming for The Flash Season 7 like last week, I guess. And yes, although Grant Gustin will be doing a film within Vancouver during the hiatus where the cast and crew are supposed to have a break and then go on to Season 8, the Flash cast don't return to filming for Season 8 until September, I believe. So I'm pretty sure they would be able to figure something out within that time span so that Grant is able to cameo for the film. And I believe that if they can return the favor, since we've already had Ezra Miller appear in the Arrowverse and we see Grant Gustin appear on the big screen as the CW's version of the Flash, that would just be insane. I would literally lose my mind if we ever see that. But yeah, let's read over this article and see what they have to say about this crossover, potential crossover, shall I say. DC's highly anticipated The Flash looks to be a huge film inspired by the famed Flash comic book storyline Flashpoint. The Flash will also include the return of both Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck as their respective Batman characters, the debut of Sasha Calle as Supergirl, and much more. The Flash director Andy Muschietti talked with Vanity Fair last August about how the Flash film will explore the multiverse, which is how Michael Keaton's Batman will be making an appearance. And he says, "This movie is a bit of a hinge in the sense that it presents a story that implies a unified universe where all the cinematic iterations that we've seen before are valid. It's inclusive in the sense that it is saying all that you've seen exists and everything that you will see exists in the same unified multiverse. The Illuminati can exclusively reveal that Grant Gustin is set to make a cameo appearance as his version of the Flash from the CW series. Part of what will make this crossover so fun for DC fans is that Ezra Miller made a cameo appearance of his own alongside Grant Gustin's Flash on the Arrowverse mega crossover event Crisis on Infinite Earths. The Arrowverse has grown from a single series, Arrow, which premiered on the CW in 2012 and spawned multiple spin-offs including The Flash, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow, Batwoman, and many more. This culminated in the 5-episode crossover beginning in December 2019 and ending in January 2020. With tons of surprise cameos, Ezra Miller stood out due to the fact that it was a character from the film side of DC instead of television like the others. fans were shocked that the DC television series were able to actually connect to the cinematic side of DC, and they were not alone in their surprise. Even Mark Guggenheim, a producer on Arrow and Legends of Tomorrow, was surprised that they were able to pull off the unexpected cameo, as he explains on Fake Nerd Podcast. There were certain things that we knew were not touchable, and the cinematic universe fell into that category. The nice thing about doing something for years is that you're there for all the changes. You're there for personnel changes, and you're there for philosophical changes and the changes in policy. And this was one of those situations where people changed their minds. I was so glad that they did, even though the change of mind did come after we wrapped up the whole crossover, so it came very late, but as they say, better late than never. While the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover was only able to be pulled off after filming had wrapped on the CW event, that clearly isn't the case with the Flash film. And now with Grant Gustin crossing over into the DC film, it further establishes the multiverse and sets an exciting precedent. Now, there isn't really any evidence from this article confirming that Grant Gustin will be appearing on the Flash movie. It's just them pretty much stating their sources, and them sources telling them that Grant Gustin will be making a cameo during the Flash movie. But as I said before, I don't know how reliable the Illuminati are, since I've never heard of them before. This is the first time I've ever heard of them. But it does make sense if Grant Gustin was to cameo during the film. And coming from Andy Muschietti, he does pretty much say that all that we have seen exists in this multiverse. So pretty much with Ezra's Flash being canon in the Arrowverse, and with what Andy Muschietti said, it seems like the Arrowverse is canon in the DCEU. And saying that this Flash movie is centered around the multiverse, and we're seeing characters like Michael Keaton's Batman appearing, and if Supergirl is from another universe, then we would have that version of Supergirl from another Earth as well. As I said about her, it depends on whether she is related to Henry Cavill's Superman or if she's just a multiverse version of Supergirl. But if this Flash movie is centered around the multiverse, which it is, I don't see a reasoning for them not being able to put Grant Gustin, if Grant Gustin is available to do a cameo on the big screen. And it will just be crazy seeing those two Flashes interacting with one another as well. We could have Grant Gustin's version of the Flash pretty much being like the Jay Garrick to Ezra Miller's Flash, saying that Ezra Miller's Flash is faster, but he is also less experienced. Grant Gustin's Flash is obviously 7 years into his career as the Flash, but I think Ezra Miller's Flash is like in his second year or something. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it would be cool to see Grant Gustin's Flash giving Ezra Miller's Flash his experiences with Flashpoint and things like that. You know, warn him about the issues with time travel and just giving him those tips in general. I think that would be very, very cool to see. But if Grant Gustin is actually available to cameo during the Flash film, I would say that it is very possible for us to see Grant Gustin on the film. But yeah guys, thanks for watching. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please give a like and subscribe. Be sure to tell me in the comment section down below whether you guys think Grant Gustin will show up during the film. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video.